What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing my very first TBR for 2022, which is so crazy that I feel like 2021 went by, but I am so excited for 2022 because I just love New Year's. Like I love New Year's resolutions. I love, getting ready for the new year, all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get into my TBR. If you are new to my channel, you probably don't know that I do a Reading to Zero challenge. This is a challenge I came up with last year in order to read all of the books that I currently own. So as of this video, I own 80 books, and I actually set up my reading journal for this year with all 80 books in my journal. So I cut out all of the covers on sticker paper, and I talk all about that over in my Plan With Me video, which you can watch up there. But these are all of the 80 books that I currently have on my shelf, and my goal is to have them all read by the end of 2022. So I am super excited for that, and I love how this spread turned out. It's like my favorite to look at. I just think it's so pretty. Entire TBR for every month should be just books that I am pulling from my shelves, but in order for me to pick the books that I'm reading, I usually ask you all for a prompt every month, so make sure that you put the prompt down below so that way I can use it for February. I'm gonna go back to my December TBR video, and I'm going to pick a comment of someone's prompt so that way I can pick the first book for my TBR this month. Because this video was my December TBR and I had a giveaway on that, I might have to pick a few different comments if a prompt doesn't come up right away. Let's go ahead and start, see what happens. Prompt for January. Vanessa McCall said, a book by an author who has the same first initial as you. Oh man, I am not sure if I have any books like that. Let's go ahead and go look, I guess. Okay, I have all my books up here on my stairs. Let me see. Okay, this person, Jen, that's my first initial. Oh, we've got Jodi Picoult, which I think I have 2 of those. Yes. And I might have already been wanting to read one of these this month. We also have 2 options. We have John Marrs, The Minders, and When You Disappeared. And then lastly, I have all of the lovely pieces. Looks like this. Okay, so before I choose one of the letters of my name, I was looking through the poll that I have on my Patreon. So if you're part of my Patreon, you get a voting choice of a book that I'm guaranteed to read this month, because even though I set up TBRs, I don't always get to read those books. But with Patreon, my buddy read and the book pick that you guys pick for me, I definitely have to read. Like those are the 2 books I'm guaranteed to read. So right now it looks like The Pact is actually the top choice on the poll. But then there's one other book that is pretty close. It's only 4 votes different. So I'm gonna pull this out because this might be the winner, and I don't really wanna use it for J letter, just in case it does win. So these are the other books that I could choose from, which I probably wouldn't do another Jodi Picoult this month, unless I end up really, really liking it. Actually, I don't think I've read any books by her. I'm thinking of maybe doing a John Marrs book. I feel like that would be pretty cool. I don't think I'm gonna do the memoir because I already want to read 2 nonfiction books this month. So I believe I'm gonna go with When You Disappeared by John Marrs. I feel like that's a good choice. Okay, then I usually do a theme or a game prompt because a lot of people in my online book club on Facebook are doing this Reading to Zero challenge with me. So we came up with like prompts and themes and stuff, but the January ones don't really coincide with what I'm doing. So the theme is to read series, but I am not a series reader. And then the game prompt is like a little tic-tac-toe board, which I'm definitely not going to be doing. So I think instead I'm going to pick at least 1 or 2 more YouTube comments because I really like your prompts in order to help me choose things for what to read. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and find more prompts. Okay, prompt for January 2022 is to pick the 22nd book off your TBR shelf. I already pulled off those J books, so we're not gonna include the J books. We're just gonna go up and count just how it is, okay? I'm really glad I got that one because I love that prompt. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 22. Here we go. Chevy Stevens, Never Knowing. That's a good one because I do like Chevy Stevens. I feel like I forgot to say like what these books were about. So for When You Disappeared, Catherine's husband was missing, presumed dead. Now he's standing on her doorstep. When Catherine wakes up alone one morning, she thinks her husband has gone for a run before work, but Simon never makes it to the office. His running shoes are by the front door. Nothing is missing except him. Catherine knows Simon must be in trouble. He wouldn't just leave her, he wouldn't leave the children. But Simon knows the truth about why he left and what he's done. He knows things about his marriage that it would kill Catherine to find out. The memories she holds on to are lies. There's more, but that sounds really good. That's like a domestic thriller. And then Never Knowing by Chevy Stevens. All her life, Sarah Gallagher has wondered about her birth parents. As an adopted child with two sisters who were born naturally to her parents, Sarah did not have an ideal home life. The question of why she was given up for adoption has always haunted her. Finally, she is ready to take steps and to find closure. I guess other things are happening, like her mom was murdered or something like that. That's interesting too. So those are those two. Okay, let's pick one more prompt from the YouTube comments. All right. Oh, purple on the cover. Okay. I could do The Black Friend because I actually had this part of my TBR for this month anyway because I wanted to read it in December and I didn't get to read it in December. And this has so many beautiful colors on it. So I'm gonna do this as the purple on the cover prompt. All right, the other two books that I want to read this month, The Cabin by Jacinda Wilder. This is actually my Patreon buddy read for the month of January. So if you are over there on Patreon, tiers 2 and higher, I'll get to do a buddy read with me and I'm very excited to read this. This we all voted on. We always vote on the buddy reads for the month. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to read something you don't like. This is supposed to be like an emotional romance type of thing, but it's about a wife whose husband died. So I guess technically she's a widow now. But her husband has been sending these like letters every single year that she's surprised about because he is dead. I am very excited to read this because I've heard amazing things actually. Last but not least so far, because I didn't want to like, you know, give myself too much of a TBR, I'm trying to in 2022 just like not over commit myself, I guess. I'm a Enneagram 3, so I feel like I have a really hard time saying no and I always say yes to things. But anyway, I want to read Spilled Milk. I wanted to read this in December and I didn't get to it, and it is being read in my actual Facebook book club. So I want to read and discuss it. This is based on a true story, so that's why I didn't pick that other memoir earlier, because I figured I already have this true story and this nonfiction book. So I figured 2 nonfiction books, and I'll probably read diet books too, who knows. This is about child abuse though, so I feel like you should definitely maybe look up some trigger warnings before you would dive into this one. Okay, so I think that this is my full TBR for this month. This was for reading the 22nd book on my TBR, which I was excited about. This one was for the read an author's first, well, my first initial as the author's first initial, so John and Jackie. This one I believe is what I'm going to be reading for my Patreon book pick. This is what I'm reading for purple on the cover. This is what I'm reading for the buddy read for Patreon. You will be getting a spoiler vlog for it. And then this is what I'm reading just because I wanted to. 6 books, hopefully I get to more. If not, this is good too. Okay, before I end this video, I wanted to actually shout out all of the patrons that I have over on Patreon, because without you all, like, I would not have been able to do this, and I am so excited and I'm so thankful for you all wanting to sign up. Like, I almost have 100 patrons. How crazy is that? And this month in December, like, was the first time that I was like mailing out the books and the bookmarks and everything. And I love working from home. I am very close to my goal for being able to drop down to part-time at my job, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without you all. So I'm going to actually name all of you via each tier, and it's just from whenever I'm filming this. So if I missed some of you, it might be because you signed up after I'm filming this. So I wanted to thank the Hot Teas, Andrea, Crystal, Elizabeth, Patty, and Mandy. I wanted to thank these snacks: Natasha, Marissa, Danielle, Regina, Alex, Tori, Amanda, Tyra, Gabby, Brenna, Kathleen, Jada, Sarah, Lena, Angel, Amanda, Megan, Sylvia, April, Sandra, Michelle, Esmeralda, Jamie, Michelle, Jennifer, Emily, Taylor, Kristen, Jana, Shannon, and Jordan. I wanted to thank the blankets: Candy, Teresa, Jessica, Laura, Anna, Courtney, Yolanta, Darlene, Karen, Katie, Ashley, Pammy, Danielle, Hannah, Missy, and Jamie. And I wanted to thank the candles: Sydney, Lene, Mickey, Kat, Katina, Jess, Lynn, Jessica, and Sharon. I wanted to thank the fuzzy socks: Kaylee, Raina, Megan, and Sarah. And last but not least, but the reading nooks. This is the biggest tier, so oh my gosh, thank you so much to Alicia, Amy, Courtney, Leah, Malin, Starlin, Natalie, Ashton, Elizabeth, Danielle, Debbie, Mary, Sharon, Amber, Lacey, Ashley, Elle, Karen, Naisha, Michelle, Angie, Heather, Jennifer, Heather, Megan, Kayla, and Ellie. So thank you again. If you wanted to join the group over there on Patreon, I have all the links down below. Make sure you check that out. There's 6 different tiers. And so far, everyone is having a blast. I think I covered everything. I'm really excited for January, and I hope that your reading all goes super well. But I'll see you all very soon in another video. Bye, everyone.